Hello everyone and welcome to Tonic Live with me,
me Alison,
and me Daniel.
We're all here and it's
the trio.
It's the trio and we've got a launch coming up on Friday. So Ali's going to be showing us how to make this beautiful Kensington.
Do you want to do the honours?
Do the honours. Box. So we've got a Kensington box there. Yeah,
so we have a little pop-out box.
The one and only Kensington box, along with all the sentiments there with it as well, and you've got the banners which go along with it, and you're going to see loads of that coming up over until Friday.
Banners are awesome.
Yeah.
If you've ever bought banners and you've got to fiddle and put them all together, you haven't got to with this. They are a single banner. The folds are all there for you. Everything is done for you. They are so easy, you cannot go wrong.
That's what we try. If there's something which is difficult in crafting, like when we have the easel makers, is create something which makes it easier for you to make things easier. Generally like banners, like pop off the card. If it was tricky before, we'll hopefully be able to make it something that's what our designers work on anyway and do their best to do for you.
I mean, it can be a little bit fiddly sometimes because you've got little bits that you don't know where they've got to go. Well, you've got none of that now. And there's our banners inside, just for you to have a little peek.
Yeah, there you go. So
well, that's one of the banners.
That's Merry Christmas, and
we actually have 3 banners.
3 banners.
3 banners.
Count them, 3.
Sylvia says we keep stopping and starting. Hopefully we're all alright. I got loads of you with us. Tracy, Sabine, Sharon, Nigel, Catherine, Enid, Nita, Aisha, Sarah, Sylvia and Louise Simmons joined us. Thank you, all you regulars. Hey,
hello.
Thanks for joining us as always.
Right then, shall I get started?
Yes.
Please excuse the croaky throat today. It's not very happy.
Well, when are you going to get better? Or, come on.
I know. It's all been a couple of days, isn't it?
We were having a discussion here because Ali was a nurse. I was like, oh, did you get ill all the time? Because you think that with nurses and things.
No.
And he said you build up an immunity over time.
Exactly. You get used to so many bugs, I think, as a nurse on a ward, that you very rarely get them. But now that I've left nursing, I haven't been that bad, I gotta be honest. But when I get them, I get a pretty rough one. Oh, saying that, there's a little thing up there that we can show the banners.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Right.
All of them there as well.
Yes.
There you go.
I forgot about that. It just caught my eye. So these are the banners.
Yeah. So there's 3 individual style banners. Yeah. 3 individual style banners with 3 sentiments there as well.
Exactly. But not only do they come with 3 dies, but each one comes with 2 stamps. So we have the congrats, which is the top one. That one comes with congratulations and here's to you as a stamp. The party time, which is the bottom one, that comes with today is your day and happy birthday. And the one in the middle, the hooray, which is that one, that comes with for someone special and thanks a bunch. So lovely little sentiments. The dies tend to fit on each of them. The stamps may be a little bit more shaped. I've not tried all the stamps yet. So that would be something that you can play with. But they tend to be a little bit more shaped than the die.
And that's why they're part of the Essential Collection, is that they are all year round dies. There's your birthdays, your, whatever you've got, anniversaries, things like that. And especially now with the family sentiments alongside, every occasion is covered. I know you hear that all the time, perfect for every occasion, but with these, that does give you that freedom to go around with that.
Exactly.
Sue said, I got the hump now, you missed me out. I didn't, Sue, I only read the people who said hey, and then I said you were with 9 other people watching, so I didn't see your name. But hi Sue, thank you for joining us as always. Lovely to see you all. I've got Chris watching in Devon as well, Sandra, Jordan. Sharon says, when I was a teacher, I always was having to fight off a cold. You said that to me as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
I said when people first go to uni, so if you're any of your kids who've just gone to uni, or if you've gone to uni, fresh as flu, they call it.
Yeah.
So when you're in the first week, you know, although a lot of stuff goes on that would lower your immune system on that sort of week, but
I can't
fresh
think
as
what.
flu. I can't
really
think.
Can't.
A lot of staying in and too warm inside.
Yeah,
I guess.
obviously.
Going from hot to cold rooms and and such.
You're such a fibber. Such a fibber.
Yeah. So fresh as flu. If you ever hear that, you'll know what it is now. Anundra's with us, Sandra, Kim's with us as well. But yeah, I'm glad you all tuned in to see this awesome set, which is launching Friday, 6 p.m. with Jodie on Achanda.
There we are. Right then, so what I've started off with, I don't think there's many people out there that are not familiar with the Kensington bag. So I've cut 2 of the sides, or front and back rather, in cream, and I have cut 2 of the side panels. Now, because the side panels have already got the little flaps on for you to glue it all, I don't need those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop them off. So I've got my super trimmer. If you've never heard of the super trimmer, it's a fantastic little cutter.
We use the guillotines a lot, but that's mainly just because what we got down here.
Exactly.
But we'd use the super trimmer. When you said, "Oh, have we got the super trimmer down here?"
I did.
Oh no, we haven't.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Right, just make sure you've got it running right. And there's a little line in the middle, and that is your cutting line, so you know exactly where you're cutting. And I want to cut off exactly where the flaps are.
Why would someone use a guillotine over a super trimmer over a guillotine, or this kind of?
I like a guillotine for cutting. If I'm cutting, layering things, I always use a guillotine. I love this machine for scoring because it gives the finest score that I know. Even if you're using our bone folder or our creaser, which is amazing, it's not going to give you as fine a score as this will, because the blade, I don't know how close you can get in there. Do you see the blade in the middle, that little
bit of silver,
tiny little circle? That's the blade. So that's how narrow your crease is and how accurate it is. If you think of a scoring board and you're running your score tool down one of those grooves, that's a fair bit of space for inaccuracy there. There isn't room for inaccuracy here. We don't allow it.
You don't.
I don't allow it.
There's a ban on
it's
that.
Not allowed.
Sue's with us. Yeah, we've got Preeti says, "Hi all, watching while at the gym." That's a good thing. This will take you for an hour on the treadmill, 45 minutes. Yeah. When we'll finish up and we'll count you in at the end. We'll go, go on, Preeti, run it in, go on.
Do it.
Do it.
Right, so saying that, after all I've said about the bone creaser, then here I have it. So to me, it's horses for courses. You know, I use every one of my tools for different things. So I'm just creasing along the fold lines of all my bits of bag. So I've creased the base, and the little flap on the top I'm folding backwards, so it's on the outside of the bag.
With mobility is a bit of a thing as well. You know, like a guillotine is maybe a bit trickier to take with you somewhere, whereas if you've got a bone folder in your pocket, or you know, you turn up to event, and that's even, you know, thinner or
a
flatter.
Bone folder's not enough on its own for creasing though.
Yeah.
It's alright for creasing, sorry, it's not enough for folding, because sometimes you don't get that fold line, you don't get a crisp line, and it makes a card look a little bit homemade then, where, you know, every crafter wants a precision, crease, cut, whatever you're talking about. Okay, so we've got our 2 pieces of bag, the 2 front and backs and the 2 sides. So I'm going to glue the sides on first. The reason being, I like to cover everything. I don't like any bits showing that you know, people can see how it's made and they can see the mechanisms. Right, I'm just lining it up so it's all lined up along the edge there. There we are. And the other one.
Sheila says, I hope there'll be some left when I get back from my Holly Bobs. Depends when you're getting back from your Holly Bobs.
Where are you going, Sheila?
Yeah, let us know. Where are you off to? Are people going Now it's starting to get cold. I think people sometimes they go to Tenerife.
You want a bit of sun, don't know. You want a bit of sun.
Again, I think it's more and more popular. Actually, more and more people going to Tenerife now. It's just a good, nice bit of warmth in the gas is going off.
I went to Tenerife about, well, it's 30 odd years ago now. That was the first time I went.
Was it the last time?
That's what people normally say. Isn't it?
No, it wasn't the last time. We went when my son was about 5. I think that was the last time. My parents had a timeshare out there, so you kind of go a fair bit then. So there's the makings of our bag, and that's your pop-out mechanism. So your 2 sides there and your front and back. Okay, so now it's just decorate that. So what I have done is I have cut some panels. I'm hoping I've cut enough here because I can't remember. I was cutting and cutting and cutting. I couldn't remember what I'd cut basically. So in case you haven't recognised the paper, it's a bit of graphic 45. Because every so often you do have to get a bit of graphic 45 out.
Bit of pattern to it.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm going to put these in a little bit plainer. So I tell you what, I'm going to pop these on the outside. And on the one side, I'm just going to pop a little bit of ribbon. Saying that, I didn't bring my double-sided tape, so maybe I won't.
Is this
Have you got any there?
Nope.
That's like low tack, isn't it?
No, don't worry. It doesn't need to be there. It's not a problem.
That's no use, is it?
No.
What's that?
Actually.
That's foam tape. No.
Come on, Owen.
I don't think I've got many more different types of tape over there.
Whoops.
Red line tape?
Red line will do.
Oh, there we go.
Lovely, thank you.
How's YouTube, Dan? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Okay. Hey, YouTube, how are you, everyone? I got Nadine with all the YouTube crew. You got your own little gang in there. I've got, what's the segment? It's Dolphin. I can see that. Hi from New Zealand. 4 a.m. here. Are you an early riser, or is this just one late night? Is this a late night? Sherry M says, good morning from the wilds of Montana, USA.
Oh,
awesome,
wow.
Sherry.
Welcome.
How wild is it there? Montana sounds like a place where it's... Is it cowboy sort of region? I think
southern.
I don't know.
I get cowboy hat in my head with... Dan's going to Google it.
Okay, so how do we get... This panel is included within the die cut, the die set. How do I get a panel for this side? Right. I have cut... I've cut one of the side panels out, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the trimmer, cut off all your flaps around it. So all your little tabs are being chopped off. So it sounds a little bit vicious of me, but there you go.
That was completely wrong. It's actually quite north. It's near Washington, so it's kind of borders with Canada.
Yeah,
so quite wrong.
Just wrong.
It's next to Wyoming, which is the perfect square state almost. You know, it's like
I bet they're proud of that.
Yeah, but it's almost as well. It's not
almost actually. So, loads of people saying. Well, Sharon said, "Who carries a bone folder in their pocket?" Because I think I made an action like, do you know when you just whip it out like two?
It's like with the pens with pen protector.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, when you never know. But then Sharon comes to the rescue because I have bone folder will travel. That's right.
Exactly.
You just got it in your pocket. Nige says he's off to holiday on Monday. Going to Cornwall. Oh, it'd be nice down
lovely.
There. Emma's been looking forward to this demo. Jill says, have the trimmer. Just wish I could remember where I put the scoring blade.
No, the scoring blades are quite sneaky. They do tend to...
You can change them easily.
Oh, yeah.
You can change them. If you do get replacement blade, 154E, I think is the code.
Move it to the middle.
You just take it. You just take them off.
If you just push one of them to one side, slot it back in, and that is it. That's your trimmer. The only thing I would say is make sure you keep this groove clean, because if that groove gets blocked up, you're not going to get a clean cut.
Yeah.
Right, so what I've done, I've trimmed off all the flaps all the way around. So now, all I'm going to do is, if you look at my trimmer, I don't know how close I can get this, I am just going to move the little lines on here, and I don't know whether you're going to get them. I've looked at the top line here, and I've moved it across one line. So that means I'm taking off, I think this is in, are we in centimetres? No, we're in inches. So I'm taking off 1/4 inch off the length of the side. Oops, I'm going to have to put it down. So I'll line it up again. So when I started, I'd lined it up along my cut edge, and it was actually lining up on a line on my board. So that's where I've moved it down one line, and then just take that off. Then look at the other side, and again, if you move it across one line, so you're going to have to look at your cut edge this time. This is your side and that's straight. So I'm going to move it across this way so that I can see that that line is going to give me a straight line. So then you've taken off exactly the same amount on the bottom and the side. Doesn't matter about the crease lines, but that has made it universal all the way around, so that gives you a layer that will fit perfectly. And that's all you're going to do then is draw around it.
If anybody hasn't seen, this is what we're working towards in the demo today. So it's a Kensington bag, right? The Kensington sort of surprise box bag. It's like the props. We end up just naming the things ourselves. So if you take it off, there you go. You got the beautiful family sentiments in there, and Merry Christmas, and the banners as well. So the banners come with stamps, and that's all 6 PM Friday with Jodie Johnson.
Have we got a pencil?
Let me have a look. Yeah, I do.
Have you? Well,
Didn't
I am
impressed.
No, I am impressed.
I know, I've been tidying up and retidying this room.
Just you, is it?
I
Dan
know.
chips in at the end.
I'm impressed.
I come in and save
Tells
the day.
Ali, look what I did.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's like, oh, who was actually putting the colours in order?
Wow,
Roy
boys,
Prove
what
that
are you
then.
like?
Where's all your colours? Oh wait, where's that? Off screen? Oh, it's like it's almost like it
doesn't
doesn't matter.
exist if it doesn't.
It's like it's almost like it doesn't matter.
There.
I'll show you on the Insta story if you go.
Nah,
if you
you're
go
all
on
right.
there. Sharon says, "Is that a bone folder in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?" I think that's another.
Oh
Another
dear.
Cara says, "I need to buy a scoring blade for my trimmer." Not got one. Yeah, you can get them around. If you type in scoring blade in Google Tonic Studios, you'll find it. Can you read some of those for me, Dan? I can't.
Oh, sorry, yeah. So we got so Danny Carriosa from California saying hey, Kim Norcross from New Zealand as well, Bev Huntington. Sherry said Montana is cowboy country with a lot of cattle ranches, rodeos, etc. Similar to Oklahoma and Texas. Third largest state, but very small population. And she has horses, and so do most people apparently. That seems mad because I didn't think, because I thought because Oklahoma and Texas are quite southern states, especially Texas. So I assumed that because it's so north, you wouldn't have as much, I guess.
Yeah, you're so international on YouTube, guys.
Yes,
it's
you
lovely,
are like that's
it
like
is.
the
It's lovely.
international community. Like I know Sharon comes over on the UK on Facebook as well. But yeah, it's cool to see you all from all over. But I love the US and finding out about what each different state is like. I love it. So I used to live with Americans in my first year uni, and every day I'd ask, tell me what it's like. You know, if we have to spend one day in each place, what would you say? Some of them they'd say, oh, there's not a great deal to do. But some of them would say, oh, you got to see Mount Rushmore, you got to see these. And I thought that's cool to have
it is
a place that diverse and so big. When we're in Wales, we're about 3.5 million of us. There's not too many, and there's a lot of I don't know. You'll probably find loads to do in Wales. Castles, we got a lot of.
We got lots of castles, yes.
Mountains in the middle, so if you want to go sort of walking, it's good for walking.
Yeah.
Seaside,
got a beach as well.
We're not far from
quite
the
lucky
sea.
when you talk about it.
We
like
got
that.
everything.
You feel a bit. You're like, actually, it's all right, isn't it?
I think it's the old story. You don't appreciate what's on your doorstep.
Yeah.
Well, if you go north-ish as well, I mean, you get a lot of quite little English Welsh towns even that no one really speaks English in, which is a fun thing to do.
Yeah. So
if you were to travel over.
Yeah. If they. Yeah. I don't know whether they. Sometimes they just won't. It's not necessarily they don't. They just won't speak.
That's true. But also, I think I have been to some places in North Wales that not a single person that I ran into spoke English, which was interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really bother me all that much because I spoke Welsh, but I use the past tense then because I used to. But yeah, it's interesting though.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so now we're going to look at our base because we're going to want a layer on there as well. So if you take your front or back die, draw a line around the base, and that will give you a layer for your base. So even though, you know, we don't have a die for all these bits, they're easy to draw around. They're straight edges. They're nothing complicated.
Is everyone okay seeing it by there?
Can you see?
Yeah, move it
oh,
up
I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, so I'm going to do one for the base, and I'm also going to do one for the lid when we get to that point. So, oh, I've missed an edge off there. It's a 3-edged rectangle.
Jenny Hall, first time watching in ages. I've been able to catch a live show, so looking forward to it. So thanks for joining us again, Jenny.
It's lovely to see you back, Jenny.
All the regulars and loads of new people are here as well. So thank you so much for joining in. This show is on every Wednesday at 4 p.m. We have shows 3 times a week. So Monday is kind of just a bit of fun. This is serious crafting on Wednesday, just straight down the line. Friday, then we look at all your cards. So if you've made something with a bit of tonic, maybe a new crafter and you've got some tonic dies and you want to show off your stuff, just upload it to the group. Everyone's always so friendly and supportive, and we just go through a bit of a chat and enjoy the cards that you've made.
And that's when you inspire us.
Definitely.
Okay, so that shape then is going to fit there perfectly. If you want to make a little bit more of a layer, then you can trim a slight bit off. So we'll pop a little bit of glue on there.
Jill says, lovely to see the Kensington bag being showcased. Get the creative. Yeah, there's been, it's good to see the Tonic Kensington bag.
Well, we haven't used it for a long time, so I thought, well, why not?
Yeah.
Let's get it back out.
Definitely.
So the side flaps, I'm going to glue down flat. You don't often see us do it like that. There we go. And the other one.
It's a really nice sturdy little box as well in this bag.
You could make a little 3D scene in the base, but I kind of thought you'd rather have a little gift to go in there.
I think so.
So I left a little bit of room that you can pop a gift in. Okay, so on those two, you've got some little die cuts, and they are already in your kit. So the only ones you haven't got in your kit are these side panels here and the base. And they are so easy to cut. There's nothing complicated at all.
So while you're sticking those out, Sharon says, I attended University of Cambridge back in 1974. I was 17 years old. Lived with a host family and I loved living in England. Oh, that's nice. And Northumberland says has the most castles in the UK. So there are loads of places within the UK. If you like your history and you're coming over, visited, then
especially there are a lot of castles and stuff and lots of buildings that have been around a lot longer than the country itself. I think in the US in particular is in the UK.
And Lucy's giving me a bit of a flashback. She says, I came to Wales as a teenager. There was somewhere there that was the Crystal Maze. I doubt it's still there. I can't remember exactly where it was though. Yes, there was. It was in West Wales. It was a Crystal
wasn't
Maze.
It down by Narberth way?
I thought it was quite random that it was there.
Yeah.
It's like you had quiz games, like sort of physical game things like that. And
I thought it was.
That's a good memory.
Okay, so there's the basis of our box. So nothing complicated there at all. So making the lid. Now I've written down...
Now this is where it gets complicated.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Even this doesn't. My measurements for this, if you want to write them down, I'll give them again at the end, is 13.8 centimetres by 8.5 centimetres. I know it's not like me to use centimetres, but when needs must.
Yeah.
I didn't even try and do it in inches. It was a little bit too complicated.
Sarah likes it. I use one of your tonic guillotines and I've started measuring inches now. Sorry, Owen, I know you like centimetres. We'll watch carefully. I'm open to both, I don't mind.
I do centimetres.
Centimetres is more, but
yeah. I will not do something if it is in inches.
No, yeah.
Okay, so I'm doing a 2 centimetre, I'm on centimetres again, score line all the way around this lid. So everything is going to be 2 centimetres. That way it covers the handle. That's the reason I've picked 2 centimetres.
So there you go. It's kind of a Nordic one again, like this sort of look to it.
It is.
Yeah,
it
like
is.
Christmassy Nordic. If you get in your craft kit, I think there was one left earlier, so I don't know whether anybody's. Once a craft kit there, we got probably one chance to get it. Yeah. Otherwise, all sold out. So if you're sorry,
wow.
You may check now and it's not available. But thanks to everyone who's got it this month. Sold out. If you are looking for next month's kit, then get on there and get on the first to know newsletter, and you won't miss out, and you'll be up to date with it. But yeah, pretty much you may just be able to get one. I'm not even sure. I think Dan will give me the nod and say that it's all over.
I'll have a look in a bit now.
Yeah.
It's an amazing kit, and it's a box that you're going to want.
Yeah.
It really is a box that you're going to want.
And it comes with a bone folder in there as well.
It does, yeah. If you subscribe, if I can speak properly. Subscribe. Okay, if you've never made a box before, we're looking at these little corners now. And I always think of it as a windmill, because it means I'm keeping everything then sturdy. So where the lines cross, the bits in the middle you don't touch, because they are going to be the actual sides of the box. So make sure that you cut not into that bit. So along the line, and then cut a little V into the tab on the side. And it doesn't matter which way you turn it, either way, but as long as you keep going the same way, because that means you've got a sturdy box. Okay. So we get in there.
Jenny asked, so blast from the past, she said, how many Lindor? So in our very first shows, that used to be, that used to be pretty much exclusively what we talk about for.
I think you get a fair few Lindor in there.
Well, Sylvia assessed it as, she said 5, maybe 6, so it's not a bad estimate. I think it'd be quite cool as well, because when you'd open it, they'd all fall out, so it'd be like it'd look like a lot then as well. And the dog could come in. Or the step dog could go in. Yeah, make sure to open it on a table.
Step dog, definitely.
Nigel,
fill me in on the
Nigel asked me what about the step dog in there earlier. But yeah.
Okay, so there's our box. You've taken a tiny little V out of each corner, and keep it going in the same direction as though it's a windmill. And then that's all you're going to do is a little bit of glue on the corner and stick it together. So again, nothing major at all. I'm just going to move that tape out the way, because it's kind of taking up a lot of view there.
Take some stuff. Do you need the scissors again?
I'm alright for a minute.
You alright?
Yeah. So again, a little bit of glue.
Jonas, are the kits going to be available next year, or do they finish in December? No, they're ongoing, so we're planning them ahead. I know the design upstairs there. Well, I don't know. I mean, as far as I'm aware, I mean, like I said, there's no real plans of cancelling it or anything like that, but I think as far as I'm aware, they're working on designs for like February already, I think. So they're trying to get so they're trying to get ahead of it now. So there's no real plans of stopping at any point. Really.
And you're going to want them. Yeah, I can tell you that now. You are going to want them.
If you subscribe, you're going to get them.
Yeah,
and that's exactly the way it's going to happen.
You are going to want them. Okay, so there's our little lid, and couldn't even see the box then. Even with my glasses on, I couldn't see them.
I don't see stuff in front of me.
Okay, so there's our lid. It's a little bit of a snug fit, but you want it to be snug.
It's to hold all the panels together.
Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah, and then when you take it off, then that's when you get the magic. Because when you take it off, they all fall out. Right, so a little bit of tape to pop a ribbon around the top.
Jenny says, Alison, please will you put the lid measurements in the comments when this video gets posted to YouTube?
Yes, I will do that.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
will do that, and I'll give them again at the end.
And Ricky said, I just learned another thing new, Alison. I didn't know to cut the lid like a windmill. I always cut mine to opposites. Thank you, Alison. Oh.
I just find you get a more even box.
Yeah, well, I said that we do a craft clinical craft coffee on Tuesday now. Yeah. And you guys get to ask the questions and sort of techniques, little things which you'd love to know or you've always struggled with. Ali and Laura will take you through that. So that's Tuesday, 10:30. Yeah.
We've had one question about cutting with a guillotine, so I'll be going through that on Tuesday. And I think sometimes it can be a little bit tricky if you're not, you know, if you're a little bit unsure. So hopefully we'll be able to allay a few fears of a guillotine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just wrapping a little bit of ribbon, and this is just ribbon I've had in my stash.
Sharon said, she said she had a stepdog, so I've been proved right, they do exist.
They do exist.
But then Sue just says, don't start that again. But too early that was for me, even though he's like 11.
Brain's not
head had gone.
Brain's not fully in functioning.
I don't think you would awake this morning.
What else are you supposed to call? You know, what do you call a dog from another family?
So we've got a little.
Moving on.
I'm ignoring. So I'm just going to pop my glue gun on. Did you get that swiftly on?
Yeah. Best to do that with Owen majority of the time. If you don't if you just stop at replying to him and eventually start coming up with weird questions. It's conditioning him. You know.
So I've cut a little bit of ribbon, or 7.5 centimetres.
If you give him treats when he asks a good question, I'll just like help him along a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. So that's all I'm going to do with this. I'm going to fold the ends into the middle with a little bit of glue. Maybe I've been a bit mean there actually. Perhaps we'll put 2 layers on this one.
If Marie says, if you put talc on your red tape, it stops it from sticking together with other tapes.
It does. It does.
Good little tip.
You tape the outside there. Good tip. Because if you put them together, they can be a nightmare to get apart. That's a really good tip.
Adele says, oh, not again, lol. It fried me all morning.
Oh, God.
People just like asking me.
Losing their minds. Oh, no! It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Sarah said carry on regardless. Thank you, Alison. That would be so helpful. Jenny says as well about putting the measurements out. And Joan said, would there be a die that will cut the lid out? I don't think we have a die.
No. This is just a measurement, I'm afraid. Okay, so this one is 11 centimetres. So I've put a little bit of glue. Let me move that out of the way. At 5.5. And then just fold in each side. And then I repeat with the other bit I did. I cut rather, because it was a little bit short. So we'll have it as an extra bow.
How's YouTube, Dan? Are they all right?
Yes.
Our international audience.
International audience.
I've sent emails, but Sherry.
So Sherry's saying about her. She said he clocks back 100 years in Montana. It's beautiful.
Awesome.
That's a good one. And Danny said the banners new. Yes, they are available on Achanda this Friday at 6 p.m. with Jody. And also, if you are from America as well, as you may or may not know, they do ship to the US now as well. So you can order directly from them with anything that's going on in the UK.
Yeah, in pretty good time, I've heard as well. So
yeah,
if you are ordering from the US.
Bev says my stepdaughter has a dog, so does that mean I have a stepdog?
Yes, it does.
You invented that.
Oh, yeah. It's a new craze now.
Sweeping the nation.
Okay, so I've joined the 2 little bows together, and I'm just going to wrap a little bit of ribbon around the centre. So a little bit of glue on the back. Attach your ribbon.
Oh, and I think Sherry said that she's having some issues with the kit as well. So if you are, obviously feel free to contact us at support@tonic-studios.com. We'll try and get back to you as soon as possible, or drop one of us a Facebook message, or drop us a Facebook message on Tonic Studios Facebook page. Anything really. We'll generally try and get back to you as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, let's pull that a little bit tighter. Okay, so there's our little bow, and that's going to sit on the front of our bag.
Cool.
So we pop a little bit of glue.
Just back on the craft kit. If you're a subscriber or you're a quarterly subscriber, your payments can be processed at the end of the month, so you don't have to do anything. So you just sit back and wait for your kit, and if you have bought the one off, the payment would have been taken as you made the payment. So yeah, if you're worried, oh, am I still subscribed? Have I guaranteed mine? If you subscribed in previous months, yes, you know yours is secured. Okay.
So yeah, the monthly subscription is as soon as you. If you, for example, if you bought it this month as your first month to purchase it, you'd be charged when you order it, but then your next payment won't be taken until the end of the following month for the next kit. So it's like and then it'll keep going at the end of each month then, and that's how it works then. For the quarterly then as well, it's a little bit different, but Okay, so if you bought the first kit, then you won't be charged again until the end of November. So if you bought in August, you won't be charged again until the end of November. So it works out okay. Basically, you get charged every 3-4 months.
You subscribe, don't worry.
Yes.
I just
You're all right.
Yes. I'm just confusing now. But if you're ever unsure of when the next payment will be taken, feel free to contact us at any point.
Face again, where it's
I
just
know,
going.
I know. But it's more confusing. It's not the catalogue that I know. Anyway. Banners, so yeah? That's cool.
Banners.
Right.
Yes, we're on to banners. This is our banner. And as you can see on the ends, can you pick it up on there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crease lines.
Yeah, you can see the little crease lines. So it is a mountain fold and a valley fold. And the same on the other end, mountain and valley. And that is, whoops,
there we go.
That's
cool.
As hard as it gets. And they're all the same. They've all got exactly the same, apart from the top one, which has got 2 mountains and 2 valleys. So that one's a little bit larger.
I remember you having to make one of those before, like you had to make, like...
You had to add little bits in. Yeah. It was a, it could be a little bit faffy, but we did them, but now we've made it easier. So again, this one is exactly the same. On the ones in the box there, I've put a little bit of ink around them, just to give a little bit more colour. I don't know whether you can see it. You can just on the banner there.
Yeah.
There we are. You'll see around the edge there. I've just inked, I've inked all the edges just to give a little bit more definition.
Yeah, like a vintagey.
Yeah.
Vintage look.
Yeah. And that's easy. The only bit, make sure that the little bit that folds in, make sure you ink the back of that one. The front of all the others, but the back of that one. And then you can add your little effect to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have got 2 Merry Christmases, because this is to our, well, it's not our daughter, but it's somebody's daughter.
So you got, I'll read you some of the sentiments that you get in the set. So I've got them all here somewhere, written down at least, or I haven't got the packaging. But yeah, you got step in there, as I've mentioned. You got grand as well.
Oh, they are.
Father, mother,
I don't know whether you can read them all. Mine, they're all
tricky to read when they're backwards.
There's cousin, but you don't often see cousin. There's niece. There's nephew.
Yeah, nephew. You've got cousin as well. Yeah, that's
cousin is a difficult one.
Well, that's what, because I suppose you make cards for specific occasions, which sometimes you can't, especially you won't be able to buy a card for. When you go down the aisle in, Tesco's or whatever, you're not going to see a cousin, to a cousin card or anything like that.
You do occasionally, but by the time I get it, they're usually nothing.
Yeah, there's not going to. I don't think they're going to. There's not going to be a wide selection that you.
No, exactly.
So
excuse the music.
Dan's going to go stop them. Father as well. You got mother, sister.
I think father and mother are quite a different. We've had mum and dad in the past, but we've never had mother and father.
No. It's a cool script.
And there we go. So I've just shadowed the Merry Christmas. I'm not sure whether you
I don't know, without Dan on it.
Because Dan is not there.
But yeah, I can show that.
And then I've got daughter then, and I'm going to shadow this as well. This is a beautiful font. I'll hang fire for Dan.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Sorted him out, didn't he?
It's a really...
use my big muscles.
It's a really elegant font.
If we show,
there we are.
Can you see that?
It is really pretty.
There we are, that's better, I think. You can see the font there. Absolutely stunning font.
That's my favourite type, the sort of calligraphy look.
It's lovely, and they're all that sort of font.
That we saw with Will's hands, I think we saw it with some others as well recently, just a really cool...
Yes, lovely, isn't it?
They look awesome when they're layered. Like, the Merry Christmas one with the backing plate?
Yes.
The one was up, that's awesome as well, that one, really pretty.
But we've also got, in with it, we've got step, grand, and in-law. And that's something you don't see often as well. So it could be you've got, you may have a stepdad and you want to put a card to your stepdad and your mother.
Yeah, well, it may be you're making a card with your son and daughter for a, you know, for their stepdad, and yeah, because it's families come all shapes and sizes now, so you know it's good to have a set which.
Or you may have a brother and sister-in-law, or your mother and father-in-law.
Yeah, definitely.
It depends on how you want to word it. Okay, so it's just a little bit of layering here. It's only very, very subtle. I just wanted to put a little bit of shadow behind it. And that's all I do. I tend to lay it on top of each other and then slide it across just a little bit. So then you have a tiny little bit of shadow in there. So I'm just going to pop this on. So these banners are not just for the wording that comes with them. If you try out any of the wording dies you've got, I'm sure they will fit one of these banners.
Emma said, I missed the lid measurements. Please can you tell us again? We'll put them in the comments as well, so for you, so you'll be able to just check back, and as you go through the video then, if you're watching this back later on, it should be below and you'll be able to catch up as well. How's YouTube doing, Dan? Are they okay?
As well. Enjoying it. It's stepdog stuff.
Lots of stepdog stuff.
Yeah. Definitely say it's a great show as well.
Knew I was onto something.
There we go. So there's our daughter. So when you're putting these down, when you're gluing them, you can glue them so they're flat. So if you make sure that you've squashed it all flat first, and then as you put it in, it will stay like that, but it will pop up afterwards. So that's a nice little way of doing it. Or you can put some 3D foam pads underneath it, and they will stay raised then. Okay. So we've got daughter on the bottom, and we've got Merry Christmas on the top. So there's our sentiments. I haven't done my lid for the top yet. Well, that's dreadful, yeah. I know, half a job. Half a job on here.
A few people asking about the glue gun. I think they found out where they can get it. Tonic did a glue gun a little while ago, but it's they're discontinued now. So I think we had some for a little while. I think they're all gone, all sold out and all gone. But yeah, Ali uses a Bosch one, don't you? I think.
The reason I use that one is because it's battery operated and it makes my life easy. Because I bought it when I was doing a show because I knew there wouldn't be it. Oh, that's a little bit too big there. So I need to trim that down.
On the go with the glue gun there.
Exactly, and that was the reason. And it charges it on a phone charger.
Is there a grate in there? Have they got a grate in the sentiments for these?
No.
Oh, that's one we'll be able to do.
That's the one that we've missed. I'm just measuring the top now.
I'll mention it to you because Sarah says, "Oh, is there a word?" Because I have lots of great nieces and great nephews. Yeah, we'll have to. I'll ask the design team, and I'm sure they come up with that in the future.
Oh, I got the scoring blade on here, not the cutter. Ooh.
Nigel says, "Who sends the dog a card?" So he says, "If we agree on stepdog." Do you ever get your dog a birthday card? You get him a present.
Yeah,
I do buy him a Christmas present.
I think we have got our dog a card before. Pretty sure. You just have to get a generic card for them. You know.
But you can get cards that that are edible cards for dogs as well.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah.
It's untapped, that is. That's great.
Tonic have got.
Have you not seen that?
We'll start doing edible craft perfect, shall we?
There you are. Yeah, you can get them.
It's not bad.
That's a good idea.
I know.
I'm faffing with this lid here because I haven't got anything to measure it accurately.
Oh, that looks alright.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was good.
There we go. So there's my lid. And then we've got handles to put on. I'm surprised I'd actually cut everything.
There are some good ones. There's some ones out there.
What, have you found an edible card now, have you?
Oh, that's class, that is.
You know I'm so full of knowledge.
That is,
I'll try and show it.
I think Dixon could be having one of these coming his way.
There we are. So there's our lid. And a little bit of glue. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to stick this with a glue gun and then I can tie all the bits then.
I sent my daughter's dog's cards. She has no children and they're all her fur babies, exactly
That's
like you. Fur babies.
Well, I have got a child, but he's a big child now.
Sabine says, theme for the next craft battle, card for the stepdog. It could be that, could be on.
I think Scooby-Doo could make another entrance.
He could be back, couldn't he? Suzanne says, no, I'd nibble all day if it was edible craft perfect. If it tasted like the snosberries tasted like snosberries.
Oh my word.
It'd be brilliant. Lickable craft perfect. Oh, that'd be lush.
That would be, wouldn't it? There we are.
They already smell like, people smell the card and they really enjoy that.
You're ever so excited by these, isn't it? I'm so glad I've educated you
You're around
today,
cards
Dan.
all day, Dan, and these are the ones. These are the ones which are blowing your mind. They're like.
Look at that one. They've even gone for like the Pinterest level effort there of like putting it against the, nice little backdrop and stuff and things.
I'm just so excited to have made your day.
Thank you. It's a good day. It's a good day.
I did tell you I got a head full of rubbish, didn't I?
Very useful information. Like,
so
many people know about it.
Well, I did.
This bus just like Kensington usually is.
This is just the Kensington that we've just popped the handles on, and I tend to give them a bow as I'm shaping, as I'm putting them on, and that way your handle kind of has a little bit of a twist in it. It's not a proper twist, but it's a funny, you'll know as you're doing them. I can't quite explain. Don't think the brain's working very well today. I'm not saying it works very well any other day, mind, but so we got some little bits to decorate. So I've got a little bit of rickrack. Been to the haberdashers, see?
You've been to the haberdashers.
Been to the haberdashers. So you know when you've got all those little bits and you think, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, I'm going to check them out. Don't. Just don't.
Keep them in a little box and you've just got them there to
exactly.
To grab.
You know when you get to the end of the roll and you've got that manky little bit of ribbon, well, this is why you need to put them on, because it just finishes off the end of your project. So we've got a little bit of pom-pom or little snowballs, whatever you want to call it. I kind of thought because it was Christmas these were appropriate.
Yeah, not that far away. I know. I'm not sure if Justine's watching. Justine would give us an exact
Oh,
day.
she would.
Justine has got a finger on the pulse of Christmas. She knows exactly what's happening.
She's like Mother Christmas, isn't she?
She is, definitely.
And a little bit of twine to finish off.
She's got Santa in a onesie, hasn't she, on the thing? I saw it was good. That's her decoration for there.
Oh, bless her.
You got Sharon said, question, do you clean up the area before you leave or do you just wait until the next day?
I clear my area, yes.
Alison takes what she brought down, but whatever's left is generally left there until the next show.
I clear my rubbish.
Yeah, well, when you know I do stuff then, we never just leave it. Rennie said he crafts in particular.
Alison goes, just leave it, and she just knocks it on the floor and go, and then we have to just scramble about.
I'm the diva, aren't I?
Yeah. She just has a bag at the end of the table and just uses her other arm.
Well,
everything in. It's like, you deal with that now. Throws us the bag.
I'm off, boys.
She gets in a limo and goes home then.
Yeah.
And I'm like, best clean up, miss.
She's done it again.
No problem, Miss Whelan. I just saw that here.
It's Christmas Day.
In the workhouse.
Christmas Day.
So if you had any little flowers in your kit that you've not used, this is a glitter one. I think you had the mulberry ones in the kit, wasn't there? I'm trying not to turn the glue gun back on. I think I should. Just a little bit of glue there, and where should we pop it? In the middle of the bow this time. So there we are. That is our... Whoops.
It's
there
great.
We are.
And it goes back together so easy as well.
It does.
So it just slots in because you made the lid nice and sturdy.
It's a little bit snug.
it just right, isn't it?
But if you make it too loose, you're not going to be able to lift it because the lid it'll just fall off. So there we are. And the measurements again, I will put them in the comments, but here they are again. 13.8 by 8.5 centimetres. So hopefully we'll see a few of these.
Yeah, brilliant. I'd love to see
I think somebody asked on Tuesday how to do an exploding box. So this was where the inspiration for this came from. So as I say, you know, we often take inspiration from you, and
get us thinking.
That was it.
You always do. Yeah, more makes for the charity store, methinks. So Sheila says, yeah, that'd be great there.
Yeah.
Maurice says 8 weeks away from Christmas. So you can
oh wow!
start making these now. You could have hundreds and hundreds by the time. I know Kim will be on that. She'll just have.
But if you've
there'll
got
be no room
bits
on the
of pattern paper, like as you can see with these, you know, I've not matched. All these papers came from the same pad, and if you've got a Christmas paper pad, then generally the colours will all match together, and that is all I've done with this. I've just taken one pad and bits of paper. So if you've got little scraps left, then that's what you can do with cutting it all out.
That's like you can, you know, each side is not massive, so you can just
exactly
use a little bit of paper, all your scraps. That's why, you know, that's why it's worth keeping them.
And I mean, once you've made your template, wherever I put it for your side, I don't even know where I moved that now. Once you've made your template, keep that with the measurements, or write the measurements for your top on the side, and then you've always got them together. Then they'll always be kept safe, and put that in with your Kensington bag.
Definitely.
There we are. Look at me being organised on a Wednesday. Where did that come from?
I know. Yeah, like in all, like Alison Jones says, Alison, you keep your place tidy. It's when Owen and Dan are there that it's a mess with the drops. In all fairness, the way it usually goes is we go. So we finish the show because it's 4 until 5 usually. We go. Oh, don't worry, we'll sort it tomorrow. And then within the first half an hour of we come in.
No, we come for the next show when it's like, oh my goodness, right? And then it's moving on.
And then we sort it out. So we just try and, yeah, like we're thinking of doing, because of all the mess and stuff. It used to be the workshop used to be lovely before me and Dan started getting crafty. Like it used to be.
You
so
do
nice.
it on the worktop. That's the trouble, not on the glass mat.
Well, what do you do if you do have something like that? Like if you do spill something on your worktop,
when it's in,
sand it.
You'd have to sand it. You'd have to sand the
I think
stain.
I'll have to sand it.
We'll get Richard though.
Richard is the handy one.
Are you safe with the sander though?
I don't know. Do they do cordless ones? Like
I
this?
don't know.
I don't know. I'll sandpaper.
I don't know.
I'll use sandpaper.
Okay.
We'll do that instead.
And a bit of elbow grease.
And a bit of elbow grease. Where do you buy elbow grease? Maybe we could get some of
Well,
that
I'm sure
from
they got a tin
local. Can you please write the measurements down in the text in the video? Yeah, definitely.
I will do. I will do.
You could see candy canes in them. Definitely could. Yeah.
Yes.
You could put lots of different little sweets in. Like, look, instead of a Christmas cracker.
You could make. I'm just thinking of another little idea. Put a little hole in the top here. You know, if you've got a tiny little circle die, put some holes in the top, and the candy canes could stick out to the top.
Yeah, yeah. Or just have loads of little lollies coming out.
Yeah, anything like that. Or even if you've got a paper punch. You know, if you've got one of the crocodiles or something, they've got a longer reach. And there are some paper punches that have got a longer reach as well. So they'd be ideal.
Yeah, some really cool, you know, ideas. You guys have come up with some cool stuff as well. Everyone just saying, "Don't give me a sander," pretty much. So they
know you so well.
Sharon says, "Yes, they may call a sander." Then the next one is, "No, don't give him a sander." So that's kind of the way it's gone. But yeah, well, I love. This will be a work in progress. These are awesome. You can catch up with all of these. So the family sentiments on Friday, along with the banners, and that's 6 p.m. with Jodie Johnson. Out there, Dan, did we get a number on the kit? So we. I think they're gone.
They are. Yeah, they're gone.
Sold out. So congratulations, everyone got a kit this month. They're all sold out. So next month now, just get on that First to Know newsletter, and you'll be the first to know about December's kit. That'll be then. So December's kit, whatever you've got. How exciting! Exactly. So a nice Christmas present for you all, if that's what you're having.
But even a nice Christmas present for somebody else.
Definitely get them a subscription. Get them a subscription.
I have enough trouble trying to say that.
I know. Just trying to avoid that
I know.
word.
I used to work in a prescription office, and I had enough trouble trying to say that.
There's
Same
no
sort of
alternative
word,
to that.
isn't
It's
it?
just prescription, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't dance around it. Well
in
done,
the place
everyone.
with the paper.
Oh, you want one of those paper things? Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
This like well done, everyone, for getting your kids, says Karen as well. Yeah, well done, everyone. I'm sure you're going to love them, and we're going to work on what you're going to get in the future kits, and let us know your feedback. What you'd like to see in potential kits going forward, because let's say it's you who create the stuff with it. You're the ones who drive us here at Tonic. So yeah, that's it from us. Join Jodie 6 p.m. tomorrow. What have we got on? We've got the daily tomorrow, but then back Friday for Show Tonic, and 6 p.m. then. So you'll have Show Tonic, run straight into Jodie, then you can watch.
Ah, bless.
Well,
what a good night.
You can have an hour in between, have a coffee and then
coffee and a biscuit. An extra coffee and a biscuit.
Extra and a coffee and a biscuit. So yeah, that's it from us. Hope you're having a great day, everyone, and your week's going really well. So